When we talk about golf and an opportunity to enhance your likelihood of success with a swing that takes less than a second, most of what you do before you ever take the club back is going to contribute to your success or failure in some regard. I've talked about this at great length, and one of the things that you need to make sure that you're taking into consideration, especially with longer clubs, is where your power comes from. You have a variety of power sources. The one that's allowing you to do the most in your golf swing is interaction with the ground. And recently, with pressure mapping, understanding ground force, reactions, we've learned more about the golf swing. Most instruction is centered around what you're doing up here, but it's all related to how you're using the ground. You've used the ground every day of your life. You're bound to it by gravity. You certainly use it in other sports where if you're going to throw a ball as far as you could, you wouldn't step here where a lot of golfers are. You'd step here knowing that's where you have to be. Kick a ball as far as you can. Again, you know how to use the ground. Most of us aren't using it in golf with the bigger, longer clubs that require more efficiency. So when you look at biomechanically speaking, we are talking about the inside of the outside of your hips. The inside of your feet should be just outside for longer clubs. And again, that's allowing you a balance between stability and mobility. And it's also allowing you to use torque. When your stance is too narrow, you can't have a shearing effect with the ground. When you create this width, you actually create a shearing force that gives you torque, which again, comes through your body and out through the club. Sounds fantastic, but that's the science of it. So if you're not using the ground, especially with the longer clubs, you're having to find power somewhere else, and it's just not going to be as efficient. Now, as far as ball position, in an effort to hit down on the ball, typically players will have the ball too far back. Now, if you're hitting a wedge or if you are hitting a flighted low ball, absolutely. But when you look at the best players in the world with their spine being vertical, they're rotating around their spine, and when they move left, which all good players do, they're covering the ball at impact. Most amateurs set up to cover the ball at address. The problem is when you go to move left, your brain's not going to allow you because it knows it's going to be out ahead of the ball. So you start standing up, you start getting flippy, you start doing a lot of things. Now, again, people have to recognize that you've gotten used to doing something, especially when you go onto the golf course. You're used to seeing things in a certain light, and your brain will get stressed, and therefore you will get in a bad spot if you don't understand the time you need to get used to seeing that. That ball will want to go back because that's what you're used to seeing. You will find yourself shuffling your feet, doing all sorts of things if you don't pay attention to it. And it's going to lead you to frustration and not understanding what went wrong. But when you have the ball just slightly forward of center, and really good players actually have it off their left logo, it allows you to do some things that incorporate the ground and incorporate that moving left freedom that a lot of players don't have because the brain won't allow them to do it because the ball's too far back. Your brain is battling a lot of things. You've given it the task of hitting this ball to a target. It is going to do its best within the confines of physics, gravity, self-preservation to make that happen. Most of them, they're compensatory and they're just not efficient, and that leads to inconsistency. Unless you're playing a lot and you've got really high level of talent, skill, hand-eye coordination, you're going to struggle because you've set yourself up to have to fight a lot of metrics you don't want to fight. Gravity, physics, geometry, immutable laws that everybody is bound to. So make sure you're keeping an eye on these things that you can control. Be vigilant about them. Come back, look at the videos from time to time, and check and see if something has crept into your swing that was either an old habit or one that you want to catch before it becomes a habit. Because once it's a habit, changing it, not as easy as knowing it, I promise you that. So come see me. Make sure we're still on track. If I can do anything to help you, please reach out. I try to be as personable and as available as I can to help people get better at golf. That's why I'm doing these videos. I hope to see you soon. Good luck with your golf, and trust the process. Learning is a process, not an event. So stay patient, stay committed, and hopefully I'll see you soon.